I have tested dozens of robot vacuums on this channel, which in turn means I know which ones to recommend to family and friends that keep complaints to a minimum. Don't get me wrong, I'm still the go-to IT support, but it's nice to know I'm recommending products that won't come back to haunt me. One of those brands has been Roborock, though it's been nearly 2 years since I last reviewed their lineup with the back then premium S8 Pro Ultra robot that I still have to this day. So when they offered me a chance to check out their latest budget-friendly model, saying yes was an easy choice. This, my friends, is the Revo S, a $1,499 vacuum and mopping robot with a long list of premium features, great cleaning performance, and a price to match. That not only should it end up on your top 3 picks for a robot vacuum, but after testing it myself, I think it may just be the one I recommend too. And before we dive in, I want to let you know that Roborock sponsored this overview. However, all the opinions I share in this video are entirely my own, based on my own testing and experience. While not a review, I'm committed to sharing what I genuinely believe to be true. I hope that helps you make an informed decision regardless of the sponsorship. Of course, links below if you would like to learn more about Roborock and their offerings. And now let's get started by rolling the intro. Before diving into my experience with the robot, let's go over its core features and then I'll highlight what really stands out to me, starting with the docking station. Here we have the built-in self-washing mop functionality. This one is quite interesting because of its 3-stage cleaning process, similar to what a washing machine does. Starting with a slow pre-wash, a medium rinse, and then a high-speed spin for drying, which does provide some really excellent results. Now, in the app's dock settings, you can take this even further by turning on the deep clean when washing the pads. To that end, the docking station also dries the mops after it self-cleans. Better yet, it does this with warm air, leading to a faster dry, but also eliminating that stale water smell that other robots get over time. A core feature of the station, and one that we all come to expect these days, is the auto dust emptying. And the Roborock here has delivered as well. With a very powerful vacuum inside, I saw no debris left in the robot bucket after a clean. The package includes a spare dust bag totaling 2 to get you started, and it lasts around 7 weeks of debris storage. But as always, this does depend how messy your home actually gets in that time frame. Now, speaking of storage, the Revo has 4 liters of clean water storage and 3.5 liters of dirty water storage after it cleans the mops and sucks up that dirty water in the pan below. Now, the clean water lasts for about 330 square meters of mopping, and as before, this will depend on the water settings in your app. With all these features combined, even now, this is a great docking station and far outstrips its price tag as mentioned before. And there are some things that stand out to me even more. Firstly, the 30% fast charging. This is in comparison to the previous generation S7s. Think of it this way: when doing a deep clean of your home with settings set at max suction, you can chew through battery with any robot. But with the Revo S, it will go back to cleaning much quicker after a recharge than previously. With that in mind, battery life has been good. To put that in perspective, a 4x2 home with 2 lounge rooms on standard suction and carpet boost turned on completes the home with around 21% battery left, and it also means it takes around an hour and a half. At 20%, the robot returns to its dock to recharge, and then it returns where it left. However, turning off carpet boost nets you a big battery boost, and this works well if you don't have pets. Aesthetics-wise, when I saw the box arrive, I was surprised. It was quite small comparably, and the docking station is really slim. While a little bit tall, obviously, it doesn't take as much space horizontally compared to my S8. Last but not least, the detachable base panel right here. It can be quickly clipped off for easy cleaning because at the end of the day, the mop gets cleaned in here and it will get dirty. But making the maintenance part of this process easier is a great feature. Now let's talk cleaning performance, because what's a robot vacuum and mop combo if it doesn't clean well at all? Now the first thing I noticed is the position of the rubber roller. Now I'm a big fan of this type of roller. My current Roborock vacuum has a similar one, and they work great for long pet fur, tile and wooden floors. While on carpet, they act like a sticky grabber, which makes easy work of thick pile carpets. Moreover, I have experienced this benefit firsthand. You see, the Roborock roller brush is famous for its anti-tangle system, and the Revo does not break this formula. All hair tangles move off to each end of the brush, which is easy dismantled and pulled off. No need to fiddle with scissors. At Max Plus mode, the suction peaks at 7,000 pascals. What I found interesting is that when the suction does reach that level, the main brush also speeds up by around 10%. Now I ran at standard suction with the carpet boost across my home every day. This gave me the best performance for battery life, and on both wooden floors and tiles. It left no debris in its path, and the single brush worked well to move the dirt into its suction area. Then while on carpet, the extra power comes from the ultrasonic sensor, and as soon as it senses the carpet, the boost kicks in with that higher suction. Sand, dust, dog fur, and the mess my kids made was no problem for the Revo S. While I wish it had more than one brush, the navigational process to make sure it overlaps enough on each stride made that a non-issue. What I found interesting is that it performs better, or at least as well as my Roborock S8 Pro Ultra from when it was new. And that was a $2,800 robot from a few years ago, but look how far we've come. Now, what about mopping? I have always pointed out that revolving mops are the best way to clean a home with a robot. The mops can spin up to 200 RPM, meaning they can get rid of dirt that is dried on and any stain really. Now I tested the Revo mop with muddy boots and mulberry stains of course, and I even left the mud to dry. All areas were spotless after a single clean. Now if there is anything left, you can set the robot to clean that area twice for better results, and this works really well when you have a house party and need to clean up. Now, I know what you're thinking. What happens to the mop as the robot cleans the house? After all, they'll get dirtier and dirtier. And well, to avoid taking that dirty mop to other floors during the clean, that goes back to the docking station every 15 minutes and cleans the mops. You see, a good way to imagine this is when you would put the mop back in your water bucket, but instead of the same dirty water, you get a nice clean mop after every time you refresh it with fresh water from the dock. Speaking of rooms, carpets. What I found unique is how far the mopping module actually lifts from the ground when the robot goes onto carpets, especially if the mop is wet. Now in the past, I've seen that lift distance sitting at 3mm, 5mm, and most recently 7mm. But the Revo S has really outdone itself here with a 10mm lift. Navigation. This has always been Roborock's strong suit. It knows where every obstacle is, and magically it actually avoids it. I still hide shoelaces by default, but I'm a little bit more lax on cables and kids' toys bar Lego, which makes for a less stressful preparation of the home for a clean. And that means that when I leave the home, I know the robot is not going to get stuck in case I missed anything. And if we get a little bit more technical, the settings that I highly suggest you turn on in the app is reactive obstacle avoidance. This is a lifesaver at home with kids' toys everywhere. And using structured light algorithms, the robot can detect and avoid obstacles in real time. Now, structured light is simply the process of projecting a known pattern of grids or horizontal bars onto a screen or area. And when those bars deform when striking surfaces, it allows vision systems to calculate the depth and surface information of the object in that area in real time. Now I can honestly say I'm impressed with the Revo S. Supported by Roborock's extensive app and reliability, it makes for a great choice for medium to large homes, which yeah, I still wish it had 2 brushes and maybe a larger battery, but these concerns are negated by the price tag. You see, pricing can truly make or break a product, and based on my testing, the $1,500 price tag should earn its spot on your top 5 robots to buy, or at least even in the top 3. But what's even more compelling is that as of filming, authorized Australian retailers like JB Hi-Fi, Harvey Norman, The Good Guys, and Bing Lee have some impressive promotions on right now, bringing the price down to around $1,300. So combining that with the core features of a self-emptying dustbin, auto-clean mopping pads, heat drying, quick charging, and an impressive cleaning performance, well, this robot is now on my list. Friends, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this overview. If you have any questions, post them below. Big thanks to Roborock for sponsoring this video. Links below where you can find more information. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on another one. Bye!